All right, are we ready to get started? Any special requests?
I got nothing.
We got nothing. Okay, so come to a seat. You can bring the extra flesh away from your sitting bones here. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take your hands to your thighs here. Close your eyes, relax your jaw a bit, soften the face, and just take a couple breaths into that here. Nice, as you inhale, crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. On your exhalation, think of sitting bones sinking into the floor. Once again, inhale. Growing taller, exhale, sitting bones sinking down. Coming into that Pilates breath, breathing in through the nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. From here, go ahead and just look over that right shoulder. And we'll come back to the center, look over the left shoulder. And back to the center. And right, just getting this nice stretch of the head and neck, back to the center. And to the left, and then dropping your ear toward that right shoulder. Breathe into that stretch. Come back to center, drop your ear toward the left shoulder, breathe. And once again, over to the right. Try and let the shoulders drop from the floor. And up and over, back to the left. And then from here, we'll bring the chin to the chest. And then gazing up. And chin to the chest. And gazing up. Let's take some shoulder rolls. Chugging the shoulders up by the ears. Draw your shoulder blades down onto your back. More in this direction, just releasing any tension you're holding on to. And we'll reverse that circle. And one more circle around, this time shrugging the shoulders down and onto your back. Release your hands down here so fingertips barely touch. We'll turn the palms up, sweep the arms on your next breath in, joining the palms overhead. Reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale, arms sweep, open across the chest. And see if you can straighten through the elbows, press the space away, getting that stretch. One more like that, inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, press the space away. This next time you inhale, let's take the arms up and just take a side bend over to your right. And then see if you can ground that opposite sitting bone, lengthening out through the fingertips. Reaching out here, turn the chest up, turn the gaze up, take another breath in. As you inhale, rise. We'll take this arm alongside the ear. Take a side bend over to the left. Bending into that elbow a bit more. Notice the shoulder creeping up by the ear here. You find a little more length out through those fingertips. Inhale, rise. Back up and over to the right. Keeping the sideways long hair, lengthening out. Grounding down through that sitting bone. Breathing in and out, one more breath. Inhale, lift. Up and over to the left once again. See if you can lengthen all the way out through that arm. There you go. Find this length out from your sitting bone all the way to the fingertips. This time, inhale, rise up. And just take a twist out to your right. And we'll grow tall. And then start to make your way into this twist. Inhale, lengthen, creating space here. And then twisting out, 2 more breaths. And on the next breath in, unwind, sweep the arms. And take a twist over to the left. See if you can draw the sacrum up and in from there, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Ribs wrapping around from here, the gaze will fall. Inhale, creating space. And then deepening that twist, 1 more breath. Inhale, unwind. We'll take the arms all the way up. This time backstroking the arms all the way back behind you, the right and then the left, on the fingertips. Little lift here through the heart, lift your chest, a little bit of a back bend. And then sweep the arms around to the front. We'll take a forward fold. With the weight of the head, release toward the earth, inch the fingertips out. And then engaging the abdominals, rolling up through the spine. From here, rock back your sitting bones, switch to crossing your legs. This time, left arm sweeps back first, and then the right. And coming out to fingertips. Lift through the chest. Little back bend, breathe. And sweeping your arms around in front. Pull forward. Let the weight of the head release toward the mat. Into the fingertips out a little further if you like. And then engaging your abdominals, rise up to a seat. Let's come on to hands and knees from here. And bring your hips and knees in line. Go ahead and stack your shoulders and your wrists. Start to cat-cow the spine, taking your time. Inhale, standing the heart. Exhale, curling the tail under. So really actively pressing into the hands, chin coming toward the chest. Lengthen the belly on an inhale breath. Exhale, press into the hands, curl the tail under around all the way up. And just moving through cat and cow a couple more times. Warming up your spine here. Anything moving once again. The belly will drop from here, the heart lifts. This time we'll press all the way into the hands, round up through your spine, separate the knees a little bit wider here. Bring your hips toward your heels and then into the fingertips out long in front of you. Just allow the weight of the head to release toward the mat. Allow the chest to collapse between the thighs. Take a breath. Let's walk this out to the right. As you press into your hands, reach your hips to the left. And then keep this nice and long. Walk it through center. And make your way over to the left. We'll press into the hands and reach the hips over to the right. Breathe into that right side. And make your way back to center. So keep the arms out long in front of you here. You're going to inhale, shift forward onto hands and knees. Lengthen through the belly. Exhale, tailbone draws you back, rounding through your spine. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, round your spine as you draw back. Move through that a couple more times. Moving with your breath. And then the next time you shift forward, we're going to take this into a circle over to the right. So circling the hips all the way back toward the heels. And reversing that circle all the way back and around. Keep pressing into the hands actively. Nice. We'll come back onto all fours. Go ahead and readjust a bit so hips and knees are in line, shoulders with the wrists, and just take that right leg straight back. Start to rock it back and forth. Warming up through the back of that leg. Next time you reach back, hold, breathe into that stretch. And we'll shift forward just a bit. Lifting that right leg, try not to elevate the right hip, tapping down and rising up. Tapping down, rising up, lengthen that left arm alongside the ear, adding opposite arm to leg here. Keep the back of the neck long. Nice, reaching out in both directions, holding on to this. Find that extension from your fingertips all the way through to that heel, and then taking the hand down, release that foot over the opposite foot, reach back for your heel. Breathing into that stretch, release your toes here. We'll take the knee down to the floor. Left leg straight back this time. Start to rock it back and forth. And we'll reach back and hold, breathe. Shift forward just a bit. We'll lift that leg, flex the foot, knee and toes pointing down, tapping down, rising. Tapping down, rising. When you're ready, you can add the arm. Hugging in toward the midline here. Find that engagement of the core. Find that lift to the belly. Last one, we'll hold. And release the hand, release that foot. Press back through the heel here. Breathe into that whole left side. And release your toes. We'll bring the knee back down to the floor. Shifting the hips toward the heels. Allow the spine to round. Get that nice stretch, release the low back here. And from here, we'll go ahead and swing the legs around. I'm gonna come to a seat, take a hold of your ball, and bring it between your inner thighs, or if you have a block here, you can use that. Scooping the belly, pull the navel into the spine. We're gonna start to round through that low back. Let the tailbone draw you back. Rise up from here, reach through the crown of the head, grow top. Exhale, scoop and round. Reaching back, and then lengthening up through the crown of the head. Shoulders away from the ears, 2 more. Scoop the belly, rock back. Inhale as you lengthen. Once again, exhale. You can extend through the arms here. Tailbone draws you back, tuck the tail under and around. The next time you reach up, lengthen up through the crown of the head. We'll hinge from the hips, base, long spine. Try and keep your feet planted here. And you're leaning straight back. Keep that squeeze on your ball. Head in line with the spine. Imagine you have a rod through the spine here. And then we'll rise up, squeezing your ball, extend the arms, and reach. And lengthen as you rise. Hinging from those hip joints, nice long spine. You can keep the hands back behind the thighs. You can reach through the arms. One more like this, and then we're going to add that rotation. Keep a little hugging in feeling of the inner thighs. And then this time as you lean back, rotate right. And then we'll rotate to the left. Sweeping that arm around, rotate right. And then rotate to the left. Open across the chest here. Once again. Leaning straight back on that diagonal. Sweep the arm around. Last one. Nice. We'll rise up from here. Scoot forward a little bit on your mat. Bring the navel into the spine. Taking the hands back behind the thighs. We'll lower it down bone by bone. And walk your feet in toward your rear. Tuck your chin slightly toward the chest. When you're ready, we'll rise to a bridge. Pressing that low back into the floor, chin to the chest. Little squeeze on your ball here as you roll it down, big bone by bone. Last thing it releases is your tailbone. Press your low back down, peel the hips away, chin coming toward your chest. Lengthen those knees toward the opposite wall. Keep that squeeze hugging in toward the midline as you lower down. Releasing. 2 more like that, rising up. Chin comes toward the chest slightly. Think of lengthening those knees toward that opposite wall. Keep that squeeze on your ball, lowering bone by bone. Nice. The next time we rise up, we're going to hold this one at the top. And then from here, add a little lower and a little lift. Keep that sense of abducting. Try not to let those knees duck out. Nice. Lifting and lowering for 4 more. Keep that squeeze on your ball. 3. Here's 2. Last one, we'll peel it down, bone by bone, nice and slow. From here, lifting the feet away from the mat. You can keep a hold of that ball. Reach the arms out to the sides like a T. Bring weight into the shoulders here, lowering those knees toward the right. Think opposite oblique, draw back to center. And coming over to the left. Try and keep that opposite shoulder weighted down into the floor here. We'll come back to the right. Slowly center. Opposite oblique, slowly left. Try and keep those shoulder blades actively pressing into your mat. One more time, right and left. Nice. The next time you come back to the center, release the feet to the floor. Take the hands back behind the head, elbows are wide. Navel drawing to your spine, lift. Lift a little higher from here, keeping those elbows wide and slow lower. Exhale. Try and keep space between your chin and your chest. Make sure you're not using those neck muscles to lift. Exhale, peeling away. Navel to spine, lift a little bit higher. Keeping that squeeze on your ball. 2 more, just like that. Last time through, and then we're going to take this into a rotation. So lowering down from here, we'll rise up. Rotate to the right. Slow center. Rotate left. Slow center, lift up right here in the middle. And lower all the way back down. Exhale. Rotate right. Slow center. Rotate left. And lift up right here. Nice, rising up. Rotate. And rotate. Back to the center, lift up right here. Lower all the way back down. Exhale, rise. Rotate right. Rotate left. And lift. Keep the back of the neck long. Last time through. Coming into that rotation. Nice. On this next one, come back to the middle, lift up. Take the hands back behind the thighs. If you're able to your spine, lift a little bit higher. Little pulses up for 2. 3, try not to strain the neck. Make sure you're using those abdominals. And lower it down. Give your knees a hug. Take a little circle here, just releasing that low back down into the floor. And take your head side to side. Nice. From here, we're going to start for the 100. So start by scooping the belly. You can keep the ball between your inner thighs, or if you have a circle, bring it between the ankles, lifting the feet up away from that. Bring your knees so they're directly in line with your hips. You should feel that tailbone engaged. Reach the arms to shoulder height. We'll float the arms up and drop your rib cage down. And then on an inhale, nod your chest. So lifting the tips of the shoulders, blades away, start to pump the arms. You can also use this ball back behind the head for support, or you can lower the upper body to the mat if that feels like too much. Stay here, or we can lengthen the legs up toward the ceiling. Keep that squeeze and hugging in on the inner thighs. Stay here or lower down to about 45 degrees. Make sure that you're not jamming the low back down into the floor. Stay here or lifting and lowering. Rising up to 90 and slowly lowering toward 45. Arms are pumping, rising up to 90 and slowly lowering to 45. One more, just like that, scooping your belly. We're going to hold this one at 45. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale the breath. And slowly release. And give your knees a hug, little circles, release your low back. And from here, rocking it up, you can bring that ball to the side. We'll set up for rolling like a ball, scooping the belly here. Go ahead and bring that C-shaped curve to the low back like we did in the warm-up, lifting one foot and then the other way. Rocking back just to the sitting bones here. Keep that same distance between your chest and your thighs. Rock it up. Rocking just back to the sitting bones. And rocking out. Exhale. Nice. From here, you're welcome to stay here or rock along the spine. Nice, Pam. Come up to a seat. Don't let those toes touch down. Make sure you're keeping that same distance between chest and thighs throughout. Make sure you're curling the tail under and rounding through the spine, and you're welcome to do it just like this, or make it a little more challenging, bringing the hands down onto the ankles, nose to your knees. And then if you like, releasing the feet, maybe extending through that right leg. And if you extended through the right leg, we'll extend through the left. Just 2 more right here. Keeping that same distance between chest and your thigh throughout. We'll come on up, lengthen both legs. Squeezing our thighs, have an extension through your low back. Nice. From here, extending through the arms. And coming into a full teaser, we'll take the feet to the floor. Take your hands back behind the thighs, rounding through your spine, come all the way back down. Lengthen the legs one at a time. Taking a moment to set this up, bring the hands onto the lower belly. So we'll find the bottom of the rib cage with those thumbs. Find the top of the pelvis with your index fingers. And then dropping the rib cage down, float the arms up. Inhale. And as you exhale, peel, 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 and we'll come up into the roll up. So you're welcome to grab either your ball here, give it a hug, or you can use your weights. One in either hand as the arms float up, the rib cage drops down. And then nodding your chin to your chest. Go ahead and squeeze those inner thighs together. Roll, 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 roll. Reach out and over the toes. Inner thighs stay hugging in. Peel back down bone by bone. As the arms float up here, the rib cage drops down. And then exhale. And peel it up, rounding through your spine. Reach out and over the toes at the top. And as you roll down, nice and slow, bone by bone, the arms will float up here, the rib cage drops down. Hug those inner thighs in throughout so the legs are actively engaged. Nice, let's do one more of the roll up. We'll end in a seat here. Reach out and over the toes. And take a little stretch. Nice, and then sitting up tall, flex the feet, bring the extra flesh away from the sitting bones, rocking side to side. Reaching those arms to the sides like a T. Try and keep the arms to the sides, slight bend to the elbows, and rotate right. Coming into the obliques, flex the feet here. Toes are drawing up toward the ceiling. If you need to, take a slight bend to your knees. Joy, be careful of that one arm coming forward to the other, so try and keep this T. Use your peripheral vision, and make sure that arm doesn't travel with you. Rotating over to the right. And back to the center. Think of this rotation coming through the torso. Arms are kind of just along for the ride. Nice. Let's do one more each side. We're going to bring it back to the middle. Reach the arms out in front of you. Bring your palms to face down. This time rotate and draw that right elbow back. And come back to the center. We'll draw the left elbow back. Make sure you're lengthening up to the crown of the head. Make sure as you reach back, you're not leaning back. So spine is nice and long. You're nice and tall. Exhale, rotate. Bending that elbow back. Come back to the center. Let's do one more each side. And unwind from here. I'm going to take the weights to your sides. We'll slide forward just a bit. Getting ready for open leg rocker. Go ahead and round through your spine. Rocking back to the sitting bones. Lengthen one leg and then the other. Hands back behind the thighs or to the calves. We'll take those inner thighs together. Slow open just to lift your mat. Exhale. Slow open. Keep this nice and controlled. Think inner thighs to connect those legs. Let's do two more just like that. Nice, guys. Last one here. We'll end with the legs apart. Stay here or enable the spine to rock you back. Rising up top. Exhale. Keep that same distance between chest and thighs throughout. Let's do two more. Nice, making sure you're not coming onto the neck here. On our last one, let's sit up, flex the feet, reach out through the heels, and slowly round over like a low waist is being drawn back. Nice, inhale, grow tall, spine stretch forward. It should feel nice, like there's a rope around your waist, pulling it back as you fold over. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of your head, grow tall. Make sure you're up on the sitting bones here. Exhale, round over like you're rounding over a big beach ball here. Lengthen out. Inhale, rise, lengthen through the crown of the head once again. Exhale, folding over, hollow out the belly. This time we're going to add those two together. So coming up to a seat, rocking back, rise up, flex the feet, reach to the heels nice and slow. Fold over, draw your little waist back, and rise up. Rock back, flex the feet, slow lower, and round over at the top. Nice. Two more like that. Reaching through your heels. Slow fold over, last time through. And reach through the heels. We're going to slowly lower. Nice. This time, lengthen up to the crown of the head. Bring your feet so they're a little bit wider apart here, maybe a little wider than your mat. Reach the arms out. Flex the feet. You can bend the knees if you need to. You want to be up on the sitting bones. Grow tall, rotate right. Reach. Reaching a little further here. Inhale, come back to the center. We'll rotate left. Inhale, lengthen. As you come into that rotation, you're reaching for that opposite pinky toe. Inhale to grow tall, find that length. And then coming into that rotation. So you can flex the feet here as if you're pressing into a wall. Final one here. And we'll come back to the center and reach the arms and the legs together. Take the hands back behind that right thigh, rolling back down through your spine. Come onto your back here. Nice, we'll interlace the fingers underneath this knee, scooping the belly, left leg extends. And then lower the leg down about 45 degrees, nodding your chin to your chest. We're gonna come up. You're welcome to take that ball and bring it behind the head for support. And we're just gonna switch and switch. Let the legs hug the midline here. Scooping the belly. You can keep the hands on the knees or extend out through the arms. Try and bring that knee so it's right over the hip, not in toward your chest. That's gonna make it a little harder. Last time through, let them brush. Brush. We're gonna bend both knees in, this time knees over the hips. Reach out through the arms and legs. Wrap it around and reach it out. Going right into doubles. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Knees just over the hips, 2 more. Last time through. Hands are gonna come back behind this right thigh or the calf. It's a double pull, let the legs brush in the air. Double pull, let the legs brush. Double pull. Nice, hugging in toward your midline here. Single straight leg. Last time through, we're gonna come right into doubles from here, hands back behind the head for support, lowering down and lifting up. Squeeze those inner thighs, slow it down. Make sure you're not using momentum here. If this feels like too much on the upper body, you can always lower the upper body down. Make sure those legs aren't going so low, that low back wants to arch away from the floor. Last time through, slowly, squeeze the inner thighs, come back to the center. Go ahead and lengthen that left leg. Rotate to your right, bending the right knee in, and rotate to the left, coming back to the middle. Keep the elbows wide, into those obliques. Can you sink your navel to your spine? Can you hug the midline here? Can you let the legs brush each time in between? Try not to tense up your head, neck, and shoulders. 1 more set. And we'll lower it down, releasing your ball here. Give your knees a hug. Little release of the low back. Take your head side to side. Taking those feet to the floor 1 at a time. Let's lengthen the right leg toward the ceiling, setting up for leg circles. Press down through the palms. We're gonna carve out a circle with that big toe. Carving out a circle. You're trying to keep the hips still. Carving out that circle. You can stay here or lengthen through that left leg. Imagine when you're trying to balance a water bottle on that lower belly, how can you keep everything still? Grounding down through the palms, shoulders away from the ears. Last one. And we'll reverse it. And you're carving out that circle here. And 1 more this direction. And we're just going to draw that knee in toward the chest. Lengthen that left leg long if you haven't already. Use your upper body stretch. Draw this knee in and just release the front of that hip for cobras. You can take a little circle with your ankle. Circling the other way. Let's take that foot to the floor. Lengthen the left leg up toward the ceiling. Trace that same circle. Scooping the belly. Navel to spine. You're welcome to keep that right foot anchored, or you can lengthen through the leg. Tracing a circle on the ceiling with that big toe. 3 more in this direction. All the way up and around. And reversing that circle. Scoop the belly here. Draw your navel into your spine. Rounding down through the palms, shoulders away from the ears. And we'll release this. Give your knee a hug. And release the front of this hip. And circle that ankle. And circle the other way, lengthening that right leg long this time. And let's bend the left knee in, taking that foot to the floor. Bend the right knee. Try and bring that ankle to the knee. Stay here or release the foot. You can thread the hands back behind that left thigh. Just take a peek. Make sure this is one long line. Breathe into that. Let's take that leg up toward the ceiling, take a little circle. Circling the other way. We're going to flex, draw this in, and point lift it up. And on the last one, we'll hold this, breathe into that stretch. And lengthen that leg long. So scoot your hips a bit to your right and just take this knee across the body. See if you can allow the weight of that right shoulder blade to release. And we'll unwind, left ankle, right knee. Try and keep this left knee opening out to the left. If it's comfortable for you, thread your hands back behind that thigh. From here, you can extend that leg, take a little circle. Circling the other way, we'll flex, draw it in here, and point, lift it up. Last time through, hold this, breathe into the stretch. And then lengthen that leg long. Give a little scoot to your hips, drop this knee across the body, setting up for that twist, weight of that left shoulder blade just releasing into the floor. Take another breath here. We'll unwind and lengthen the legs. Take your arms up overhead, stretch from your fingers to your toes. And swing it around. Coming onto your belly. Nice, kind of shimmy yourself down here. Maybe rocking side to side. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Wrap the elbows in. You're gonna peel the chest away, come into back extension. Make sure you're not using those hands. You can release the hands from the floor. Twist yourself. Lift a little higher, slow lower back down. Rising up. Think of lengthening the tailbone down toward the floor. Reach. Slow release. Squeeze those inner thighs, tops of the feet pressing into the floor, squeezing those glutes. Rise up. Lift a little higher from here. And lower. Let's do one more like that. Keep the back of the neck long. Nice. We'll lower down, looking over that right shoulder. Shimmy your hips side to side. And let your heels fall apart. Big toes come to touch. Just stretch the head and neck here. Gently press the ear into the mat. You're going to bring the chin back to the top of the mat for a second set. This time, arms running down your side. Rising up. Lift a little higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeezing the glutes. Slow release. Exhale, glute squeezing, rising. Keep the back of the neck long. Lift a little higher. Nice. Slowly lower. Engage the gluteal tailbone, lengthening down, rising up. Lift. And slowly release. And last time through. Make sure not to break the neck. And we'll release. Look over that other shoulder. Gently press your ear into the mat. You can take the hips side to side, release any tension in the low back. And we'll slide the hands underneath the shoulders from here. Press up and fold back. Let's bring the hips toward the heels. Take a rest pose here. You can separate the knees apart a bit. Hips toward the heels. Nice. From here, let's rise up onto all fours. Keep the hands slightly forward, tucking the toes. Lift your knees. We'll reach the hips up and back. Coming into that upside down V position, aka down dog. Pedal the feet. Nice and easy. So allow one knee to bend as the other heel lengthens toward your mat. And then from here, lengthening the heels toward the floor, lifting up through those same bones. Thighs are going back, just moving toward the thighs. Head is in line with the arms. Slowly take your hands all the way back. And take a bend in the knees here. We're going to take a forward fold for the back of the mat. Make sure feet are separated, sitting well apart. Shaking your head yes and no, releasing tension. Soften your knees, we'll roll it up to stand. Nice, I'm going to slide my mat back just a bit. And make sure your feet are sitting bone width apart. Spread your toes here, lifting the toes away from the floor. And releasing back down. Bring weight into all parts of the feet, tuck your chin to your chest. Peeling away from that wall. And then rolling back up, stacking one vertebrae on top of another here. Slow it down, roll your shoulders back at the top of the top. And then bringing your chin to your chest, peeling back down. Bone by bone here, soften the knees, let the head hang, arms stand up. And press the floor away, roll it up to stand. Nice, roll your shoulders back to the top. Let's add on into your chest. Move away from that wall, take your hands down, and this time we'll walk it all the way out. Finding that plank position, you're welcome to stay with plank and just hold. You can lower the knees, hold here, or elbows hugging in, lowering 2 inches, halfway, or nose to your mat. And from here, tuck the toes under, lift your hips up and back. Take the hands all the way back toward your feet. Take a little bend in the knees here and roll it up to standing. You do those abdominals, knees are soft. Shoulders roll back to the top. Shoot your chest, go back down. And releasing the hands to the floor all the way up. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Lowering the knees or not. Elbows hugging in. Chest leaning forward, pressing up. For 2. And 3. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Walk the hands all the way to the feet. Little softening through the knees, rolling up bone by bone. Shoulders go back to the top. Chin to your chest, go back down. And walk it all the way up. Bringing those shoulders in line with your wrists. You can lower the knees or not. Elbows are hugging in. Chest is aching forward, pressing up. Nice. Tucking the toes, lift the hips up and back. Walk the hands all the way toward the feet. Take a little bit in the knees. Engage in those abdominals. Roll it all the way up to stand. Shoulders go back. Grow tall. Let's do one more. Step the shoulder blades onto your back here. Come forward to tippy toes. Elbows hugging in. Nice, and stay here in a down dog, take a breath or 2. And we'll walk the hands toward the feet. And into this forward fold, a little bit on the knees. Shake it out and roll it up. Grab a hold of your weights here. And go ahead and 1 or 2 pound weights, you can use soup cans here if you like. You're gonna separate the feet apart. Bring heels and toes out, shoulder roll back, navel drawn to your spine, sliding down that imaginary wall. Tailbone's heavy. Nice, and then rising up. Just make sure your knees are opening toward that wall behind you. Think of sliding down that wall, lifting up through the crown of the head as the tailbone drops down. Last one. Little pulses down. Keep pulsing. Nice, hold here. We're gonna carve out a circle. Try and stabilize with the shoulder blades. Last one. And reversing that circle, navel drawing to your spine, scooping belly here. Tailbone is heavy. Last 2. And reaching forward. We're gonna take the right up, left, down. Nice, let's try and get that full range of motion of the shoulder joint, coming a couple inches away from your thighs. Try not to rock side to side here. Try not to elevate the shoulders. 3 more. Heart rate should be elevated. And we're gonna meet in the middle. Reach the arms and the elbows here, little pulses up. Try and bring your elbows in line with the shoulders. Navel to spine, sink a little deeper. We're gonna hold here and then draw it in and open out. Last 2. Nice, from here, go ahead and draw the elbows in and then reach. So think of like a W here. Draw the shoulder blades together, squeeze, reach out. 5 more, this is it guys. 4 more. Squeeze, here's 3. Broad across the collarbones, 2. Nice, 1, hold here, little drawing in, squeezing. And we'll release, and go ahead and toe heel the feet in, and release your weights. Take a sip of water here if you like. We're gonna roll it back down. So coming to the back of your mat. Feet sitting bone width apart, chin to your chest, feel on down. Walk it out here. Let's stop and down dog. Pedal the feet. And reach the heels toward the floor. And slide forward into that plank position, lowering your knees or coming forward to tippy toes, lower all the way down to the floor. Take your hands in by your shoulders, we'll press it up, hold it back, take a little rest pose here, let the heart rate come back down. Nice, we're gonna come on up, and we're gonna come to face the front, coming on to your side so that feet are in front of the sitting bones, lengthening out through both sides of the waist, reaching out through the crown of the head. We're gonna reach away from the feet first, come into a side bend here, and then reach in toward the feet. So reaching away, find that length, and reach in, come into that stretch. Nice. From here, second set just like this, or take the hand down, press into the feet and lift up, full side plank. And then slowly bending into the knees, lowering down. Stack your shoulder over the wrist, arm alongside the earth. 2 more squeezes in our thighs. Or stay with that first set, last one. We're gonna reach. Nice, from here, lowering down. Swing the legs around. And then find that length up through the crown of the head, scooping your belly, both sides of the waist long. We're gonna reach away from the feet first, and then crunch in, and reach away, and crunch in. Nice. Nice, this next set, stay with this, or take the hand down, flex the feet. Squeeze those inner thighs. As you lower down, the knees will bend. Hug the inner thighs in, reach, shoulder stacks over your wrists. Nice, we're continuing with that first set, 2 more. And last one. And we'll lower down. Go ahead and swing the legs around, hips to the heels. Round your spine. Take a little breather here. Nice, little sip of water if you like. We're gonna come to hands and knees. From here, make sure you're all lined up. Take the right leg straight back. We're gonna lift the leg without elevating back hip. Tap it down. Rising up. Tap it down. Slow and controlled. Back the neck is long. Flex through that foot. On our last one, keep it up here. Little pulses up for 2. Navel's zip toward the spine. And we're going to carve out a circle in the air from here. Try and keep those hips still. Reversing that circle. Nice. From here, we're going to bring the leg all the way out to that right corner and then tap to the left corner. All the way up and around, coming into rainbow. Try and keep those hips still, navel drawing to your spine. Nice, on this last one, we're gonna get all the way across. Reach through your heel, take a peek over that left shoulder. We'll take that same stretch we did for the beginning. Release your toes, left leg straight back this time, navel to spine. Lifting and lowering, flex through the foot. Try not to lift that hip. You can take your hand to your hips here and just make sure the pelvis is level. Last one, it's a small pulse. We're gonna carve out that circle. Keep your hips still, isolating the leg here in the hip joint. Reversing that circle, abdominals pulling up and in. Nice, from here, let's tap the toes down toward that corner. Lift, tap it to the opposite corner. Lift, tap. Make this nice and light, so controlling that descent. Abdominals pulling up and in the whole time. Hips are still, stabilizing here. Through that middle body. Head is in line with the spine. Try not to let the head hang. Press into the hands. Try to lift up away from your wrists. So if you're really engaging that core, you're not sinking down into the wrist. Last set. Bring it over that opposite corner. Reach through the heel. Look over that right shoulder. And release your toes. Hips to your heels. We'll take a little breather here. Nice. Taking a sip of water, we're going to come onto our side for side lying work. Coming to face me, you can extend this arm or bend the elbow. Resting your head on the arm. This hand will come in front for balance. We're going to point up and flex, resist down. Engaging those abdominals. Make sure hips are stacked throughout. Try and relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Really flex through the foot, reach through the heel. 3 more here. Here's 2. Nice, last one, and we're gonna add on from here. So it's lift, lift, both legs lower. Lift, lift, bringing that bottom to meet the top. Lift, lift. Three more. On our last one, we're gonna hold it up here and beat it bottom to top. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice, lower that bottom leg down and we'll circle the top leg only. Carving out that circle in the air. Try and keep your hips still. Woo, it's burning. And reverse that circle. Make sure, take a peek down, you're getting a full circle here. You're not just coming in towards your midline. Nice, last one. We'll come back to the middle, both legs together, lift and lower. Think like a mermaid tail here. Squeeze those inner thighs, not a real high lift. Last one, little pulses up for 2. Nice, lower that bottom leg. We're gonna come to the front, flex, reach it to the back. Try not to move the upper body here, so keep this nice and controlled. Point to the front, flex, reach to the back. We're gonna reach to the back and pull. Take a bend of the knee and then press the hip points forward just a bit, quad stretch, release. From here, bending that bottom knee, hips are stacked. Gonna open, close for 2. Coming into clamshell. Imagine you're balancing something on this top hip, so you're not coming to here. It's not a real wide opening. Hips are staying stacked, pelvis is staying level. Last 2, and it's a pulse for 2. Second set, elevating those feet, lifting and lowering here. Ooh, it's burning. Last one, it's a pulse. And then we're gonna tap and tap for 2. Bottom leg is steady, top leg is moving. Last two. And we'll bring it around. Go ahead and stretch this leg, bottom leg long, and just take a little rub of that top hip and leg. Nice. We're gonna come onto the belly here. Stack one hand on top of the other and just shimmy the hips, separate the feet apart, and release any tension you got in that low back, nice and easy. And we'll swing it around. We're gonna come onto the other side, so stay facing me if you can. From here, stacking the hips, bring this arm so it's like a little cushion. This other hand's in front for balance. We're gonna point up, flex, resist on the way back to me. For two, reaching through that heel. Make sure you're one long line lined up the back of your mat here. Make sure hips are stacked, reaching through that heel. Nice. From here, we're going to lift with lower. So it's lift, lift, both legs. See if you can lengthen the legs toward that opposite wall as you slowly lower down for three. Squeeze. Try not to tense at the head and neck. Last two. Last one, we're going to hold it up here and beat it. And lower the bottom leg nice and slow, and then carve out a circle with that top leg, slow it down. Ooh. And we'll reverse that circle, opposite direction. Nice, coming back to the midline, both legs together, lift and lower. Think mermaid's tail. Try and relax your head and neck. Squeeze the inner thighs. Last one, we'll lower that bottom leg. We're gonna bring it to the front, reach it to the back. Front, flex, reach to the back. Try and keep everything else still. Try not to move the upper body here. Use your exhale. Two more. On this last one, reach it back behind you or bend the knee, draw it in toward your sitting bone, the foot, other, and then take a stretch. Bend that bottom knee. Hips are stacked. Feet are in line with the sitting bones. Pretty much knees will be in line with the hips here, 90-degree angle. And then you're going to open, close. Try and keep your hips stacked throughout. On this last one, it's a pulse. And then second set. So it's not a real big opening. Should feel here in that medial glute, the outside of that hip. We're almost done, guys. This is it. Woo! And it's a pulse. And we're gonna tap it, tap the knee, tap the toes. Try and keep that bottom leg steady. Ooh. And release it, extend the bottom leg long. Oh my gosh, my foot is cramping. Take a little release. And we'll come onto the belly here. Go ahead and shimmy the hips, stack that other hand on top, so the non-habitual hand, and just shimmy those hips, feet are separated apart. Release any tension you gathered in that low back. Nice, we're gonna swing it around this time and come onto your back. Finishing up with a quick stretch, so go ahead and lie back. You can bend that left knee in if you like. And capture this right foot. You can lengthen that leg long if you're more flexible. You can use a strap here. You can use your Pilates circle if you have that at home. You can use your hand, and then we'll take it out to the right. Wherever you feel the stretch in that hip, breathe into that. Nice, we're gonna come up and over. Stretch the outside of the leg and the hip here, just breathe into that. And we'll take it all the way down. And back to the center, forehead toward your knee, final stretch. Switch legs. And take it out to the left. And use that right hand to gently press that hip down. We'll come up and over. Take it into a stretch here, breathe. And then staying here or lengthening that other leg long, bring it all the way across, coming into a twist with that left shoulder. And we're gonna come back to the center. So forehead toward your knee, peel your upper body away. And we'll release the legs long. Taking your arms at your sides, a little bit away from the body, take a deep breath in. Exhale down to your toes. Starting at your feet here, relaxing up to your calves. Relaxing those thighs, your hips, your back, your belly, your chest. Your arms at your sides. Bring all the way up to your shoulders, your neck, your head. And as you're ready to bring those arms up overhead, just taking this final stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. We'll bend the knees in one at a time. Make your way onto your side here. Pausing a moment, and then pressing your way up to a seat. Sit up nice and tall. Coming back to where we started, we'll take a breath in. Nice, one more deep inhale. Exhale your breath, and we're done. Thanks, guys. Yay.
Thanks, Meredith.
Thanks so much, man. Thanks, Joy. Have a great day. Keep in mind, we've reopened and we're limiting the studio to 5 people. You're welcome to come in. We didn't have anybody here this morning, so it's been small. It hasn't been real crowded, especially in the morning. Okay, have a good one.
See you,
Bye.
Meredith.
You too.